And some of these islands have lakes inside them as well, and caves and all kinds of stuff. I have to explore more there. I've only seen it from the air. I've never been on the ground or the water. Once I flew over Merapi before the big eruption. On one of the mornings that we went up there, I was so close to the lava dome on the top, I could feel the warmth on the side of my face. When you're flying and seeing those places yourself, and it's sometimes hard to capture it, to share it with others. I mean, the whole idea is to go there, fly there, take pictures from the air or from the ground or whatever, come back and be able to share it with other people so they can enjoy it.
Bali has long been the most popular tourist destination in Indonesia. But as the resort island becomes more and more crowded, the hunt is on for a new slice of paradise. After the break, we'll take you to a little-known island that wants to be the next Bali. That's when On the Road Indonesia returns.
One country in Asia is becoming known as a destination for investors. Indonesia, a member of the G20 with a GDP of $1 trillion US, backed by sound macroeconomic policy. Indonesia is politically stable and reform-minded, with a burgeoning domestic market and a young and dynamic demographic base. 50% of our people are under the age of 30. Indonesia's strong investment climate and expanding global influence make it the shining gem in Asia's crown. Invest in remarkable Indonesia. Remarkable Indonesia. Take a look at us now.
Expedition Sumatra. Philippe Cousteau leads us on an epic trek into a world under threat.
This really is ground zero for the global fight against deforestation.
Join Expedition Sumatra tonight only on CNN. International Desk, Monday on CNN.
It's an exciting, jam-packed 30-minute show. Get a global picture of the day's news on CNN News Center, live from Hong Kong.
Weeknights on CNN.
Welcome back to On the Road Indonesia. I'm Anna Corrin at Nusa Dua in Bali. Well, this island is known for its beautiful beaches and lush tropical surroundings. It's expected more than 3 million tourists will come here this year, and that number will only grow with the opening of the new airport terminal. But with so many tourists comes overcrowding and congestion. So the Indonesian government is suggesting travellers look beyond Bali. Well, we went to the remote islands of Flores and Rinca to see what's on offer, and we met some dragons. As the sun drops towards the horizon across the Indonesian archipelago, golden light shimmers across the bay in the sleepy seaside town of Labuan Bajo. Enjoying the postcard view, a group of travellers, taking in the sights and sounds at one of only a handful of bars. Tourism is relatively new to this part of Indonesia. It's mostly divers and backpackers that make the journey to these remote islands.
Yeah, I think this is a special place here because it's not so much tourism like when you stay on Bali.
But that could very well change. Due to the overcrowding and congestion of Bali, the government is looking to promote other destinations, and this piece of paradise happens to be firmly in its sights.
But we need to diversify because, after all, Indonesia has 17,000 islands and Bali is only one of them. So we want to diversify, and Labuan Bajo is one of them.
The aquamarine water, white sandy beaches and abundance of marine life are an enormous drawcard. But it's the prehistoric creatures living in this national park, a boat ride away, that are the biggest attraction. The Komodo dragon, the largest lizard in the world, can only be found in the wild on 4 islands here in Indonesia.
He is enormous.
They can grow up to 3 metres long, weigh in excess of 90 kilograms. And while they may look slow and docile, these carnivores have been known to attack humans.
Already 4 people got bitten in this year. Yeah, 3 rangers and 1 local people in the village.
There are approximately 5,000 of these reptiles right at home in this harsh, rugged environment that's now a World Heritage Site. While the Indonesian government's new Bali clearly isn't a tropical paradise, its arid beauty is just as breathtaking. Apart from the Komodo dragons and diverse marine life, what makes this place so special is that it's relatively untouched, and there aren't hordes of tourists. Visitor numbers are roughly at 40,000 a year, a drop in the ocean compared to the 3 million tourists that travel to Bali annually. And while the local community wants the industry to grow, providing jobs and a better standard of living, everyone is adamant it can't be at the expense of this pristine environment.
So when we change to have a lot of buildings, this is no good for tourism.
Italian brothers Fabio and Mattia Nizzardo set up a restaurant 3 years ago in the main street. Since then, the roads have been paved and other foreign-owned businesses have moved in. They welcome growth but are concerned it won't be done sustainably.
I'm a little bit scared. For sure, I hope we'll become more big because the place is really nice. I hope more people arrive, more people enjoy also this place because it's really good. By the way, I hope they use the mind for develop this, I hope. I hope the government don't make the same mistake that they made in Bali.
The preservation of paradise. Everyone here hopes the government is listening. We now want to show you more of those incredible Komodo dragons as we get up close and personal. Hot, dry and inhospitable. Perfect conditions for prehistoric creatures to roam. We've travelled to the Komodo National Park, a group of remote islands in eastern Indonesia, to look for some dragons. One of our guides shows us the skulls of animals, all prey of the Komodo dragon.
It was eaten by dragons. Yeah?
These are the victims of the Komodo dragon?
Yeah, Komodo dragons. So this is buffalo horns and then the deers.
Do you think they're trying to scare us? Oh my God! Oh, there's 4 of them! We have not even walked 100 metres and we're already seeing Komodo dragons. Look at them.
As the world's largest lizards, Komodo dragons can grow 3 metres long and weigh up to 90 kilograms. They have 4 rows of razor-sharp teeth and feed on deer, monkey and water buffalo. But it's their saliva filled with deadly bacteria that ultimately kills their prey.
So dragons eat dragons?
Yes. Besides carnivores, also they are cannibal.
Sensitive to movement, Komodo dragons are also known to attack humans, as our ranger, Rinus Durgo, found out firsthand last year.
He tried to break off my feet, and I kick with my right foot. Yeah, and when his mouth took out, I feel his feet stamp on my body. He tried to take my face or my neck.
Durgo managed to escape by climbing up a tree, but the attack left him in hospital for a week and traumatised for months. With that thought in mind, a dragon wanders over and plonks himself right under the camera.
He's going to make himself comfortable.
Oblivious to the nervous excitement his presence is creating.
To be this close to a Komodo dragon is truly incredible. These prehistoric creatures are characteristically quite slow, but when they want to hunt or attack, it's a completely different story. They can sprint 100 metres at speeds of up to 20 kilometres an hour, and we're just hoping that this guy is here to relax.
The Komodo National Park is World Heritage listed, which means these dragons are protected.
We are looking at the nests of female Komodo dragons. In fact, there are 2 of them sitting under this tree guarding their nests.
Sometimes if their own mother can catch their own baby, they can catch and eat it, because she cannot recognize her own baby.
But for those who survive their cannibalistic mothers, they'll spend the next half-century scouring this Jurassic wilderness. Well, that brings us to the end of our journey through beautiful Indonesia. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have. From all of the team, thanks so much for your company. I'm Anna Corrin. Bye for now.
country in Asia is becoming known as a destination for investors. Indonesia, a member of the G20 with a GDP of $1 trillion, backed by sound macroeconomic policy. Indonesia is politically stable and reform-minded, with a burgeoning domestic market and a young and dynamic demographic base. 50% of our people are under the age of 30. Indonesia's strong investment climate and expanding global influence make it the shining gem in Asia's crown. Invest in remarkable Indonesia. Remarkable Indonesia. Take a look at us now.
News Stream, weeknights on CNN.
Chima tribes go to war, it goes a little something like this.
Yeah, see, the Crocs hired the Ravens to steal the mother tooth from the Wolves in order to get the Wolves to attack the Eagles, but then the Ravens stole the tooth from the Crocs so they could sell it back to the Wolves. Along the way, the Ravens also helped the Lions, but then sold them out to the Wolves. Meanwhile, the Crocs tried to pull down the entire Eagle spire so they could destroy everyone, but the Ravens saved the day because they feared losing all the best customers. Luckily, Airsan covered the plot and got the tooth back to the Wolves, who stopped fighting once they got what they came for.
To watch the tribes battle out their differences, tune in for all new episodes of Legends of Chima, Saturday, 9 a.m., only on Cartoon Network. Samsung Galaxy Note 3. Design your life.
I'm Monita Rajpal in Hong Kong, and this is CNN.
Waiting for Pylon and hoping for the best, a tropical cyclone is bearing down on the Indian coast. Yet another ship carrying hundreds of migrants capsizes off the Italian island of Lampedusa. Many of the passengers have been rescued, but some have perished. And